in life, we're all a little bit competitive. Yeah, there's some that we dub ourselves competitive. And some people say, I don't like competition. None of us like to lose. And that's the only reason a lot of us maybe aren't competitive is because in the past we've lost, we hated it, so we'd rather not be competitive because if we're competitive and we lose, we can't stand that feeling. So if we don't compete, then we don't lose. However, either way, none of us like to lose. None of us like to be wrong. Yet, I will say sometimes in life, I personally at least, don't mind being wrong. Especially when it comes to sports. I've been very wrong so far on our Miami Marlins and on our Miami Heat. The Miami Marlins, I thought had no shot to get to 25 wins. The deal driver 25 I thought was ridiculous, and I was rooting for it, but I didn't think there was a shot in hell. Then, of course, once like more than half the team went down with COVID, I really thought there was no shot. Well, the Marlins are now are 500 in the thick of the NL East division race, in the thick of the playoff hunt, in a expanded playoffs in Major League Baseball. They're really right in the middle of it. So I was very wrong, and I'm very happy to be wrong in that regard because it means our Marlins are in a pennant race, which is something they haven't really been in if you want to say since 2003, they've done it a couple times, fine. With less than 30 games remaining in the season, I don't remember the last time the Marlins were really legitimate contenders. Right now they are, and that's impressive, and I am very happy to be wrong. Miami Heat, I've been very wrong. Yes, recently I apologized to Pat Riley, but it's even more than that. I was just flat out wrong. Like I thought the Heat were a 6 to 8 seed. They went and got Jimmy Butler, fine, maybe a 5-6 seed. But I could see them possibly getting to the second round and then getting demolished in the second round. Well, I was very wrong. Jimmy Butler, yeah, he's not superstar yet. A guy that gives you 13 points, 2 real legitimate points, and 3 free throws, but 2 points on the floor in an entire half in a game where your team has a shot, your guys are picking you up, your team has a shot to go up 2-0 over the number 1 seed in the entire playoffs, the head and shoulders favorite in the Eastern Conference all season long, team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, team that will have the back-to-back MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year, and you put up 2 points, that's not a superstar. That even Giannis, who's been off, had 29 points. A superstar in that game can't have 2 points, can't have a ridiculous turnover late. No matter what the defense was doing, as a veteran, you don't just fling the ball across the court right to the opposition for an easy basket, taking a 4-point lead with 10 seconds left, down to 2. Then you get fouled, you go to the line, go 1 for 2. Now they have a chance to tie it, only down 3. Yeah, it was one of the worst calls. What ensued was one of the worst calls in NBA history. Goran Dragic playing tremendous defense, both making it tough for Chris Middleton and also not fouling him, not encroaching on his space. Even Doris Burke on the call said there's no foul there. The Bucks, Middleton bricks a shot, the game should have been over. However, yes, the refs blew the whistle, but if Jimmy Butler holds on to the ball, if Jimmy Butler sinks 2-2 from the line, the Heat are up 4, then it really doesn't matter, and the Heat win regardless in that stance. Now what went on is Jimmy Butler got the ball. He took on contact after shooting the ball as the clock struck 0. Giannis, that MVP, touches Jimmy Butler blatantly, which is a foul. Jimmy Butler makes the 2 free throws. The Heat did win, and Jimmy Butler did make those free throws. However, let's Papa breaks on superstar status. He's a really good player, and that's where my trepidation was with the Heat. Figure they have a lot of young guys, a lot of unknowns. They could be a 5th, 6th seed beyond the second round of the playoffs. However, after that all preamble, the Heat are up 2-0 on those Milwaukee Bucks. Jimmy Butler did play, and Bam Adebayo has been good but not great. And the Miami Heat are now 2 wins away from getting to the Eastern Conference Finals in a year where there's no home court advantage, in a year where the Heat are undefeated in the playoffs and have played really well in the bubble. I was wrong. I was very, 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 very wrong about the Miami Heat. Not even just Pat Riley. Not even when we thought they were good. I still waited for them to fall off a cliff. Tyler Hero has been legit. He's still not as consistent as I'd like to be. But as a guy who's 20 years old, he's been a huge piece in what the Heat have done so far. Goran Dragic, a guy that the Heat almost traded away this season. They've been trying to get rid of him since they got him. Is playing the best ball of his probably career. I mean, he's their second best player, at times their best player, at times the best player on the floor in this series. You had Duncan Robinson contribute. Jay Crowder had double digits in game number 2. Iguodala has been good defensively. Their defense on Giannis has been stifling. This has been a team that has I thought they could be this in a year or two with one more piece. Right now, they are a legit contender in the Eastern Conference, and I am impressed, in awe, and I throw myself on the altar. I was wrong. So Lubie's law for today is, in life we do not like being wrong, but sometimes being wrong feels oh so right. Right now with my Marlins in the playoff hunt, and the Heat, two wins away from the Eastern Conference Finals. I admit I was wrong, and I don't mind it. This is Lubie's Law.